Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I will detail a crazy story of how a father crashed out his own son. With many individuals growing up in the streets and having crazy lives through the years off the streets and gang banging, by the time many gang members have kids, you would believe gang members would change their ways for the benefits of their kids. In some cases, some men do change their ways, but on the other side, a lot don't. Some continue in their criminal ways and see no other way but the streets. And even worse, some pushing their street life upon their kids, creating a whole new generation of gang members and a family history in the streets. And in some cases, family members having a long history in the same gang. And it's an unfortunate outcome for many kids who ultimately are brainwashed or pressured into joining gangs just off family history and ties. Instead of breaking a deadly cycle, a lot join it and continue it. And that leads us to this story. Roberto Martinez is a 43-year-old man. He's been in and out of prison since 2005 from various charges, including possession of drugs and also possession of guns. Roberto was nicknamed Stranger, and he is a member of a Hollywood gang called the Magician Club, or also known as TMC. On the evening of February 10th, 2025, Roberto and his son were recorded by surveillance cameras tagging a stretch of Venice and Pico Boulevard. Police found on the side of the business TMC and also Hellbound for Hellbound 13, indicating that both sets had been together. Surveillance footage later showed that Roberto's son and his friends were tagging a laundromat while Roberto flashed gang signs at passing cars. The group piled into a black Honda Accord and they traveled to Pico Boulevard and Fedora Avenue, the heart of the Playboys' territory. In yellow paint, they wrote Hellbound and PBSK, which stood for Playboy Killer. They wrote it all over the walls of the Playboy's hood. 4 blocks away, Kevin Rivera, who was 30 years old, he was walking down Normandy Avenue. The Honda Accord drove past him, then made a U-turn. A witness told detectives a suspect wearing a hoodie, believed to be Roberto's son, fired out the rear passenger window. Kevin was fatally shot in the back, and a man crossing the street was hit in the hip. A woman sitting in a car nearby was grazed by a bullet as well.
Oh, they're eating? They were plastic edible. Plastic edible.
6 days after the shooting, a prisoner called Roberto. The prisoner mentioned the shooting in a recorded call. Roberto replied by saying multiple people got dropped and one died. He even mentioned how Kevin was from Playboys. Kevin told the prisoner, "My son had to do what he had to do. Honestly, I tried to stop him. I tried to grab the gun, but he did what he did." Detectives alleged that Roberto handed his son a Glock used to kill Kevin. 2 days after the phone call, Roberto was arrested on suspicion of Kevin's murder. The murder weapon was later recovered in Wilmington after a man named Antonio allegedly tossed a gun while trying to escape LAPD. The Glock was recovered during the pursuit. It was tested and it matched the one used to kill Kevin. Ballistic testing showed the gun was used to kill Kevin. Messages on Antonio's phone showed that he bought the Glock for $800 just 5 days after Kevin was shot to death. With Roberto crashing out his 14-year-old son, both are currently behind bars fighting this case. Roberto, instead of putting his son in a better situation than he was, he actually put his son in a worse situation than he ever was in himself. Now his son is fighting a murder charge along with him. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.